Good morning. Let me fix my camera. Apparently, my camera's nutty right now, and my hair is wild. So, I started a little bit late today because I was trying to find a video that I want to play on here because it made me laugh pretty hard, and I found it, so that's good news. Let me see what's going on. Who all is here? We got Mistaken Reapers here. How you doing, Amiga Nuts? Tony Designs, Michael Westby, what's going on? Michael Roble, sweet. We got the Geek Room. How you doing? How you doing? Critical Cripple, Christina Rain, folks. Nether, what's going on? Yeah, I try to find different little music for the hold screen. Also, Nina, the science doggo, is saying hello today. Hopefully get her cataract fixed soon. And so Christina Rains, what's up? How you doing? All right. Jericho D is here. How are you guys? What's up? Gonna go for it. Hey guys. All right. Think I said hi to everybody who's popped over. All right. I'm gonna put Nina the science dog. I don't even call her by her name, Nina. I call her Neener, or I'll go Neen. Here, get her over here so you can see her better. And I'm slanted. I don't care. It's fine. Oh, I'm so glad you like your coffee mug. That donation is being sent out this week, by the way. So Christina got her coffee mug. Yay! So that donation is being sent out this week to the Arizona Museum of Natural History. So sending that out this week. Currently my website is acting crazy. It's been down for 2 days now, and I've emailed the people, and apparently I think this is a system-wide problem they're having at InMotion. InMotion Hosting does my stuff. But hey, so today we're going to talk, there's so much we can talk about today. I thought we could focus a lot on masks, and the different kinds of masks. What do you need to do? That sort of thing. And something else a lot of people don't think about, hair. Having hair. You can actually, your hair can catch stuff. Can actually collect droplets as well. So you'd be like, okay, so Mel, what do we do with the mask thing? How do we navigate that? Well, there's lots of different options available to you. You don't have to go get special masks or anything like that. I have a few different things that I do. I actually bought these because we're technically, I'm in academia, and so one of the things that we have to consider is, yeah, you never thought about your hair. I pull it back when I go out. I pull it back. I either put it in a bun or I put it in a little poof or something, but I always pull it back. And I can't wash my hair every day. Otherwise it'll mess up my hair. So I only leave my house about, interacting in going to get my mail at the P.O. box, or, picking up stuff really quick in a store. I tend to get my groceries curbside anyway. So I don't have a lot of interaction with the public. If you're an essential worker, you're going to have to wash your hair every night, or every morning. So yeah, got to think about your hair. So I actually bought 2 packs of these on Amazon, and it's like t-shirt material. It's not heavy, thick or anything. The idea really, is to, if you're asymptomatic, you wear a mask, and you don't know. See, asymptomatic means you don't have symptoms. And so you could carry COVID-19 and not have a fever. Nothing that's, really, really noticeable. So, the idea is to keep you from spreading spreading the virus. And so there's different things that you can do. You can, like this, you want to make certain you've got your nose and your chin covered, and it needs to fit pretty securely across your face. Needs to fit securely across your face. There's this kind of mask. You can make one from a bandana. Now, notice, this is pretty thin. This is pretty thin. You really want to get tightly woven material. And you can fold it in half. The more layers that you have, the better you're protecting others, but also the better you're protecting yourself. So if you fold it and you keep folding, fold it in half again, the thicker cotton bandanas are way better. They're way better than just these thinner ones. You don't really want these thinner ones, but you want to be able to cover your nose and your mouth. And so you can use like little rubber bands or hair ties in trying to make this particular mask. And so you would just tuck in the edges here. So you would slip like a hair tie on one side and a hair tie on the other side. Then you just fold it over. And then you would take those little hair ties, put it across, and then it would go over your ears, much like a standard mask, So there you go. That's what you can do. But there is some research to show the more layers you have, the more effective it is in keeping you from contracting COVID-19. So you could conceivably double up. You could double up. You could have one like this and then put like the bandana over on top of that. And the more layers you have, the more protection you gain, as opposed, to just worrying about spreading it yourself. Another thing you can do, I don't know if you've seen these. I think they're called gaiters, Gaiter. These completely cover. So my plan, because I have to start working soon. Well, I'm back in August with my job, and we're doing hybrid courses. So lecture is online, and yes, teaching chemistry. I teach chemistry, college chemistry. So lecture's online, but we're going to have small group labs, right? We're going to have small group labs. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to double up. I'm going to have one of these, and then I'm going to go back over and get me one of these that go on top. So it like covers like your whole head, and it comes up over. I haven't put my hair up, but you would put your hair up, and then you could just, now I look like I have a beard because I didn't put my hair up, right? So, but that's the idea. You can get a whole pack of these. Yeah, cover the whole face, It's fine. You can get a whole pack of these. They come in all kinds of colors. I've got one that looks like a galaxy. It's green, and it looks like it looks like little stars and stuff. So I will be using these in addition to having this over the top when dealing with people directly, maintaining social distancing. So, and honestly, the more layers you have, the better your chances are of not contracting it. So, if you want more guidelines, the CDC has pretty good guidelines on this. Let me pull this up for you. Alrighty. Let me catch. Yeah, don't forget the ears, I'm catching up. Let me catch up on the chat and see if there's any questions. Tony put a pic of me and my mask on the Discord. Yes, we need to normalize wearing masks. People are so afraid. They're like, this is gonna disturb my groove, or people won't be able to look at my face when I'm talking. And I think Pastor Locke, Greg Locke, he was talking about, I think, was it him who said that when he goes to when he, it must have not been him. They all run together after a while, all these dudes that are angry about wearing masks. I want to be able to go and see like the cash register girl smile at me. Yeah, no, don't need that. They probably, they don't need that. You look pretty if you smile. That gets that creepy vibe, It's a bit creepy. All right, so I'm catching up on the chat. Alrighty. Let me see. Okay. Supposed to rain here, but that's good. We'll cut through all the Saharan dust. Oh, you guys got the Saharan dust out where you're at, Tony? Saharan dust. You got the Saharan dust? Oh, gosh. I should throw more country accent in that. You got the Saharan dust? Oh, no, Tony. What you gonna do? You should wear a mask when you're around and like with a lot of dust stuff. It's supposed to rain here as well, and the Americans think their rights to comfort are more important than your health. Yes. But this isn't a new thing, Michael. This is a thing that's happened before, and I'll show you. My mask has little fishies on it. Well, that's cool, Tony. I think that's cool. We do need to normalize wearing masks. So hard to find a shiny Gerardus on sword. I don't know what that means, Geek Room. I'm behind. If that's a gaming thing, I'm really behind. You got a Northwestern mask. Go kitty cats. Awesome, Michael. Awesome. That. Oh, goodness. I got my Bulbasaur Boba Fett mask. Yes. It's my favorite. Awesome. Boba Fett. That's cool. Oh, gosh. Hello, Mr. Shadow Kitty. You burned your spring rolls in the oven. No, Nether. Man. You're apocalyptic. I thought we would have way cooler, like, Mad Max style clothing for, like, the apocalypse. Or, like, Resident Evil. Dressed like that with the leather, like the Matrix. Where are all of the leather cat suits running around? And then we've got witness me, I would like that. You don't go anywhere without your mask, Christina. Well, that's awesome. Man. You're almost 70, Michael. You wear the 3M N95 respirator when I used to work in dusty environments. You should be wearing a mask, period. Put on mask, people. That's right, LaTanya Renee. She's on Periscope. You're waiting on your new mask to come. Masks are annoying, but not refusing to wear one. Outright horrible behavior. Yeah, you have to just wear one. The lamest apocalypse ever. If this is the end of times. No kidding. No kidding. I would like to carry Lysol and spray it towards anybody not wearing a mask. But then you could, why not just use mace? If somebody comes up to me and they're not wearing a mask and they want to cough in my face, I consider that assault. So I'll just mace them. I think we should be allowed to mace people if they're going to come up and be aggressive and do that at me. Well, okay, let me mace you in the face because you're assaulting me. That's my perspective. I bet they wear a mask then, or at least to leave me alone. Excuse me. Good luck finding any Lysol. Exactly. I do actually purchase some Viricide on Amazon, and now you only need just a little bit, and it lasts a while. It's not like bleach. Bleach starts to break down, and you have to change your bleach mix every 24 hours. This Viricide, it doesn't break down. It stays good. So it's kind of like Lysol. So I use that to clean off all my packages and stuff like that. But yeah. So I can show you what that is here in a bit. So let's have a look. How to make cloth face coverings. You can sew them if you want. You don't have to. I'm not that great with sewing. I'll be honest. I can maybe do hems and stuff. I probably could do this, but I just don't want to. So, and then here's the one on with if you're doing the bandana. You want a thicker bandana though. You want something that's really thick, and the more layers you have, the better. There's also different ones where you can use a sock to kind of do that. But again, the idea, the more layers you have, the more you're protecting others, but also yourself. You don't have to have an N95 mask unless you just already had them. That's good for protecting you from contracting it as well. But those are really hard to find right now. So the next best option is to get tightly woven, not see-through stuff, but tightly woven, high thread count stuff. So technically speaking, if you got a really high thread count bunch of sheets, you could make masks from that if you fold them over. The high thread count to where they're tightly woven, that is going to lower the chance of things passing through it, because it's tighter and interwoven, and it's harder for things to get through. So that's kind of the idea there. So yeah. Hello, Dynacat Loves Me. What's going on, man? Daryl Frost. Would be better just to kill the virus, then you don't need a mask. Well, I mean, that's great. But the only way you can do to kill the virus, people carry it. People carry it. People are carriers. And so in order to limit transmission, you have to stop giving the virus countless amounts of vehicles. It can't spread if people aren't passing it on to each other. And it's not a thing like, well, how do you kill the virus? Well, washing your hands, yeah, Lysol works great. But once it gets into your body, you can't kill it once it's in you. The idea is to spread to other living things that it can survive in. And people are really great with that. So the only way to stop the virus is to stop transmission. Yeah, you can spray down your surfaces, wash your hands all day, but when you walk into a building, if nobody's wearing a mask, you have circulated air systems. I mean, you have air conditioning, or you're circulating the air. Somebody coughs, it's just going to move throughout the atmosphere, or at least within the building. So if somebody coughs in a space, and the virus is able to survive in small, tiny droplets, and those droplets can hang in the air for a little while, but about an hour or so. And so you just happen to walk around inside a grocery store, and somebody's been coughing and they don't have a mask, it just spreads out. And you just walk in, you get a face full of COVID juice, hanging out in the atmosphere. That's why masks are important. It prevents that from happening. If you're outside, it's less likely, still possible. But when you're in a building where the same air is circulated, it's a scary thing. That's nice. You had a co-worker make your mask, Nether. Yeah, N95s are not intended for reuse, Dynacat. That's the thing. They do lose effectiveness with multiple uses. But yes, so, and if you use reusable ones, you can wash them and, keep using them. If you sneeze in space, no one can hear the gesundheit. Tony Designs is funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's talk about. Yeah, so many people, you're right. They don't cough into their elbow or sneeze or do anything like that like they should. So there's still people just spewing their COVID juice everywhere. So let's talk about, this is not the first time people have resisted to wearing masks. Let me pull up. Alrighty. This is pretty interesting. If you haven't checked this out, this is the San Francisco Chronicle. This was back, the Anti-Mask League. San Francisco had its own shutdown processes during the 1918 pandemic. And so we've had this in the past. So here, people have been sewing masks together. This was the deadly influenza pandemic of 1918 and 1919. A lot of volunteers in Oakland just making masks here. But before the mandatory order was approved in San Francisco, it's October 24th, 1918, 4 out of 5 citizens were already wearing face coverings on the street. So they're like, okay, they're already taking measures. But at one point, first you got like this bright stories of mask fashion, and people are like, yeah, check out these cool fashionable masks and stuff. Then it moved towards people starting to be resistant to the point that people were getting shot. Okay? People were getting shot. And there was like a $5 fine associated with not wearing a mask in 1918. But on November 2nd, 1918, there were 175 people were arrested, including some who had their masks draped under their chins. A lot of people are like, I didn't know. And they're like, okay, well, here, $5 fine. There started to be opposition to wearing a mask. And so here's an article from the Chronicle, 1918. 3 shot in struggle with mask slacker. A blacksmith strikes a health inspector striving to enforce the order. And it says 2 men and a woman were shot yesterday at Powell and Market Streets when Henry D. Miller, an inspector in the city health department, discharged his revolver in a battle with James Weiser, a blacksmith, who refused to don a gauze influenza mask at the order of the health officer. So the guy who wouldn't wear a mask was shot by the health inspector. Weiser was one of the wounded, being shot in the arm and leg. Henry Appleton, who was 63 years old, at 124 Belvedere Street, was shot in the leg by one of the 4 bullets fired by Miller. And as was a woman whose name could not be learned by the police, she having gone at once to her home after learning her wound was slight. So she probably just got grazed and just trucked it out and was like, peace out, guys. Y'all are shooting each other. I'm done. I'm with the woman, honestly, in that case. So all this mask-related defiance has been going on for a while. And then they started what was called the Anti-Mask League in San Francisco. And there started meetings in January 25th. Anti-mask meeting. This must stop this oppression. Unhealthy mask ordinance. So what we're seeing is nothing new. People have been saying this sort of thing anytime that there's an epidemic. They just don't want to wear a mask. So this was in 1919 with the Chronicle, the San Francisco Chronicle. And so it's crazy. And you can check this out if you want to. Just type in a Google search, San Francisco Chronicle Anti-Mask League. And you can pull it up. And so San Francisco, we've already been through this before, and people losing their minds because they got to wear a mask. It's crazy. I don't get it. No, I do get it. I do get it why they don't want to wear a mask. And in my mind, if you don't want to wear a mask, it's because you want the ability You feel entitled to have the ability to hurt other people because there's so much information available about wearing a mask. And people are like, well, this infringes my rights. Well, no. You get fines for not wearing your seatbelt. You get fines if you don't have brakes in your car. You have fines and possibly jail time with repeated instances of not doing things to protect other people. You can't go drunk driving. It should be my right to drink and drive. Well, you can kill people that way. Same thing with not wearing a mask. You're right. Not everybody's going to die from COVID-19, sure. But right now, Mississippi is a perfect example for that state. They are at capacity in their ICU. Various cities in Tennessee are at 87% capacity in their ICU. Now, why does that make a difference? Why do we care about that? Well, the ICU should not be used exclusively for COVID-19. There are other people who have emergencies. What if there's a surgery that's saving somebody's life and then they have to be in the intensive care unit? They're like, well, not everybody will die. Well, what happens if you get in a car wreck and they don't have enough space for you at the hospital? You get to lie on a cot in the hallway and possibly die until they find space for you. That's the problem, guys. It's not just let's not kill everybody, but no, that's what it is. Let's literally just not kill everybody because it's a domino effect. And people are they can't see the forest for all the trees. They can't see beyond their own nose. Well, it won't kill me. Well, not directly. What about car insurance? Do you think if people start dying from car wrecks, do you think that that's not going to increase your premiums or your health insurance premiums that you have? If hospitals are at capacity, they're going to start raising costs in order to build more hospital. And who's going to pay for that? We are. We're going to pay for that. The government's not going to pay for that because it's privately funded, right? We don't have a national health care system. So it comes out of our pockets directly. And it's different for each person, depending on where you work, and how much your business or your employer wants to pay towards your health care. So people aren't thinking on that level. They're getting emotional and they're reacting in this way. And they want the ability. Well, it's my choice. Well, yeah, but by you doing this, it's going to affect you directly in all of these other ways. And they don't think about that. Latanya Renee says, no one goes to the grocery store for COVID juice, only for orange juice, the friendly juice. I know, right? Nobody wants COVID. Oh my goodness. Let's see. It's really like the 20th century didn't happen. All the worst things are being repeated. Kind of feels like that, doesn't it? Hey, Missy Ann, how are you doing? How are you doing? I am just confused as to what people have against masks. Well, they don't want to wear it, and they want the ability to hurt other people, I guess. Yes. Did you see the video of the woman who said the mask made her ill and she is upset she can't see strangers' faces? I've seen lots of videos. I don't know if I've seen that particular one in general, but I've seen lots of videos like that. Hey, progressive liberal. How you doing? I found, funny enough, if you guys watched, there is a video of people upset in Florida about the Florida ordinance of wearing a mask. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at this gem. Somebody's taken it and edited it with Parks and Rec. So this made me laugh pretty hard. Let's give this a go. I'm going to turn this up for you.
Who's next? Yes, ma'am.
This is a planned demic. This is totally political, and you know it.
You cannot escape God, not even with the mask or 6 feet. okay? 6 feet, like I said before, is military protocol. So when the cameras, the 5G comes out, what? They're gonna scan everybody. We got to get scanned. We got to get temperatured. The kids have to go to school with masks. Are you insane?
I am not a terrorist.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so much to unpack with the plandemic. It was planned. It was a plandemic. I don't know what. They actually went to their local council and said this stuff. And then this woman, I am not a terrorist. Let's see what she says.
Oops, I didn't catch it. Thank you.
I am not a sex slave that wears masks. I am not into sadomasochism and bondage.
How disgusting.
Okay, I love this Parks and Rec mashup. And you can find it on YouTube, Pawnee PSA, wear a mask. Because it's like watching an episode of Parks and Rec. These people have, I'm not a sex slave to wear a mask. I'm not a terrorist. The 5G lady. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love that somebody made this. This is great.
How shameful, how criminal, how corrupt. This is a hoax. It's a fraud. There's nobody dying in excess of any other year in the last decade. Are you aware of that? Stop listening to that.
Trust Larry.
Trust Larry. Are you even listening to yourself?
Checkmate.
Did you bring those with you just to do that?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, bro!
Oh my gosh. But yes, this is how I feel when I get some of the stuff I get on the internet with people. I think it's ridiculous for the people who complain they can't breathe. What about the doctors who wear them for hours at a time? Exactly. And they'll do the oxygenation test. I've seen so many pictures of doctors wearing a mask saying, see, it's still 98%. You cannot get hypoxia. That's what that's called. You can't get hypoxia from wearing a mask where you're deprived of oxygen. That doesn't work. Man, it really messes with facial recognition technology. It really does. It really does. It's crazy. It's just my favorite scientist. Yes, I would love to be back on the wood soon, Missy Ann. Let me know. And I appreciate you finding that video for me. I know. You guys, we got to get temperatured. Hey, Hayward. And these people get to vote. I'm rubbing my nose, guys, but I'm at home and I wash my hands all the time. Oh, God. There was, let me see if I can find. Here's some of the original footage. I just really liked that Parks and Rec one. So let's kind of break some more of this down because I hate to laugh. But these people are going to kill other people and see, Nina's not having it. Look at Nina. I know, right, Nina? Can you believe these people? Can you believe these people? Nina's like, who are these people? They should wear a mask. I'm telling you, Nina's not having it either. Let's look at that.
Falling. That each and every one of you sitting up there as human beings, part of the human race, the only race that we have, would suggest to muffle people, to put masks on our face, to keep us from breathing oxygen, to get us to become sickly.
You preach pseudoscience and safety. Does anyone care about preserving the liberty of the...
Oh, gosh. Hey, Obergfell. Yeah, what you said? Golly. It's just... Hey, Sinister Porpoise. You preach pseudoscience, but what about liberty? liberty is not having the right to kill other people with your ignorance. That's not what liberty means. But hey, you know,
the people who pay your salaries. Some of
pay
you
your
are up there
salaries.
smirking and smiling at public comments to which you do not agree. I have the photos, and they're shameful.
Oh, God. I'm smirking at you, lady. I'm like, I spend so much time trying to educate other people and get you, lady in the lavender. I don't want to call her Lavender Lady. There's a really nice lady that goes by Lavender Lady on YouTube. We won't do that. We'll call her the, what? Purple something? I don't know. Can't do purple either. Nope. Anyway, so this woman, it's not liberty. It's not liberty to retain the right to hurt other people with your particular actions. And as far as paying their salaries, what do you think government officials are supposed to do? They're supposed to protect the population. We all have established that we need people to be in charge of making decisions that help the community as a whole. That's what they do. That's literally what we've all agreed on by living in America. This is what we choose. This is part of the society. Okay? Liberty is not the right to hurt other people. This is why we wear seatbelts. This is why we have brakes in our cars. This is why we can't drink and drive, right? You know, this is why we're not allowed to go to a bar and drink until we're, fighting people. You go to jail for that. So it's just, oh my God.
They want to throw God's wonderful breathing system out the door. You're all turning your backs on it.
God's wonderful breathing system is thrown out the door. Okay.
Can you prove that it's good for people to breathe carbon dioxide over and over and over again?
You are not breathing carbon dioxide over and over and over again. That is not happening at all in any of this situation. That's not happening. If you think that wearing a mask hurts your health somehow, why aren't all of our healthcare workers dead? Why aren't they dead? Why aren't they dead? Because they wear masks all day. And they don't even have the N95 respirators. They're just wearing regular surgical masks because we haven't given them proper protective, PPE. Proper protective equipment. Oh,
what about PTSD from child abuse situations? I was left in a hot car. You want to cover my face? I'm going to hyperventilate.
Okay, well, let's reach onto this. Okay, she has a mental health issue where she feels like she can't wear a mask. Okay. If you feel like you can't breathe, okay. If you have a legitimate breathing problem, and if you're a baby under 2, don't wear a mask, but you also need to stay home. Stay home. Stay home during it. It's fine. Get your groceries delivered to you. We have Amazon. If you don't have access to that, have a friend or family member get your stuff for you and bring it to you. If you don't have friends or family, I'm pretty certain other charitable organizations, they can do that for you.
Because I remember being stuck in that hot car. What about people like me? We don't matter because of the greater good, right?
Also, at some point in time, you have to take responsibility for your own health care. I go to therapy 2 or 3 times, maybe actually once or twice a month I go to therapy. Not necessarily because I have to have it all the time, just to help me deal with different things that I've experienced. I don't put that responsibility on other people. It is not other people's responsibility to deal with my mental health issues. I do expect some kind of, consideration, or if I say, please don't do this upsets me a little bit. Okay. But I don't hold other people responsible for my mental health. I go to a doctor when I'm sick. So my question is she going to the appropriate doctors to deal with her PTSD? Now, we have a whole conversation we could get into about the lack of appropriate mental health for Americans. Yeah, we really need to deal with that. But still, come on.
I own a firearms business.
Oh boy.
Now, I think you might agree with me that it would be ludicrous for me to allow someone into my shop to purchase a firearm who's wearing a mask.
Okay. Oh my gosh. She's seen too many movies, hasn't she? I own a firearm business. I don't want okay. She's thinking of robbers. She's thinking of people that would rob her. You know, set appointments. It's real easy. Have people call in and make an appointment to come into your shop. You know, and get their name, their phone number, have them email you their identification. Oh my gosh, have them email you their state ID with their name and phone number, and then give them a particular time. There's so many workarounds here. That's the thing. There's so many workarounds. Let me catch up on all of this and all the chat. Yeah, people are ridiculous. The 5G towers use microwaves. Yeah, it's non-ionizing radiation. That's exactly right, Sinister Porpoise. Oh my gosh. Love how everyone is a doctor and know better than experts. Yes, there was one of the ladies in this one. She actually said, "I question your qualifications if you're a real doctor." That's always my favorite thing. When people like say, "I question your qualifications." Well, I've got my 2 master's stoles hanging up on Princess Shuri back there. I just, but they're like, "You could have just bought that." Okay, whatever. I'm an aspiring chemistry professor, but hey, whatever, it's fine. So that always bothers me. And I've had that thrown at me before. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Yep, so some chronically ill people can have problems breathing with a mask. Yes. That's true, Dinah Cat Loves Me. That's absolutely correct. And there's, so if you can't wear a mask, okay. There are workarounds with that. But it needs to be a legitimate medical issue. PTSD things can walk that line, but are you seeking treatment for that? Also, you can have other people go get stuff for you. And it sucks that you would have to stay home. I get that. That sucks. But that's the other thing. People, if we had everybody who could wear a mask, wore a mask, transmission would just drop to a small percentage. And we would see cases drop with that, which means it's kind of like the vaccination thing, guys. Some people can't get vaccines. Okay? The ones who can get a vaccine, to where it limits the risk of people who are immune compromised from getting that particular disease. Same thing with masks. Purple twit. We need to call that. I'm behind on the comments. People are this ignorant, and it makes me nuts too, man. Call her Barney. The purple lady. We're going to call Barney. It's the power of pseudoscience. My goodness. People are this dumb. The masks are porous, yes. And if you can wear a mask, just layer up, man. I wear a mask every time. I have home improvement I've got to do that I'm going to do in my house in July. I have masks readily available for the workers that come into my house. Be like, you have to wear a mask in my house. I'm paying you guys to be here. You have to wear a mask. Fortunately, the ones who have come by have had masks. They don't touch anything unless it's certain things they need to touch. Then we disinfect. And we maintain social distance. So it's important to keep that in mind. Yeah, stay home if you're having a hard time. And, oh, gosh. It's interesting. I'm catching up. Man, She can also wear a helmet, plexiglass. Yes, you can wear a thing on your head. You know, those little guards, those shields, they're just as effective. You can do that. If you own your own firearms business and shut down, fair enough. You know, another option. Let's see. All right. Yep. I've 9,585 new cases in Florida.
Whose face I cannot see.
We will get together and do a citizen's arrest on every single human being that goes against the freedom of choice, okay?
She's going to do a citizen arrest. How's that going to go? I don't...
You cannot mandate, you literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that that mask is killing people.
You're not God and...
Okay, so no, it's not killing people. There was one lady, let me see if I can find, who is this person? Okay.
We know that mandatory masking works. We've seen it work in other communities. We know that it stops the spread of COVID. We are at a crisis point.
Nobody's mentioned death. I've lost a son to this disease. I lost a grandmother and a grandfather to this disease. And I have 3 people on respirators right now. It's real.
Thank you, ma'am, for your comments today.
Yep. So nobody's bothered to say, but what about me? What about me? What about me? And I'm like, it's not about you. It is kind of about you, but still. Yeah, you just try to keep it short. Fair enough, man. Someone told me, hey, Heavy Holler, that some people pass out wearing masks because moisture and CO2 build up. No, CO2 doesn't build up like that. We have, now if you get your mask, if you're out in the rain and you're wearing a mask in the rain and it gets wet, you need to change that. You need to change your mask. Yeah, Florida has been weird about all of this. They're the Jaws mayor. You don't want to be the Jaws mayor in a pandemic, but apparently Florida is the Jaws mayor. So I want to see, there was one angry, okay, where is it? There was one woman, and I can't find it. She said, and it was with that particular conference, she said essentially that she doesn't wear a mask for the same reason she doesn't wear underwear. You gotta breathe. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh God. I don't wear masks for the same reason I don't wear underwear. Stuff gotta breathe. I don't know how that works. That's not the same. You don't. Okay. Yeah, I like to see that person try to arrest me. Yeah, the same people who protest against abortion called the anti-choice. Yes. Yeah, that's true. Unless you have a condom pulled over your head, CO2 won't build up. No, it won't. Well, good job, Heavy, for wearing that bandana in public. Yeah, you know, even with a wet towel, you're still gonna, CO2 still gets out of you. It doesn't, you don't breathe it back in. What do bras and panties have to do with breathing? Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Also, secondhand smoking is real, and don't give your dogs chocolate. Mask humidity sucks. Here was something from, okay, I'm going to show a few more of these videos, and then we'll get to some other things. Things that you can do. All right, so this one, Mike Black Sofa Silver. Here's some pretty good points from Now This Politics. Let's let's have a look. So Mike Pence was recently in a press conference, and if you know, recently there was a rally in Phoenix at a church, and they basically said, well, we have this special filtration that completely gets rid of COVID-19, completely gets rid of it. No, there's no filtration that is capable of doing that unless you're incorporating UV radiation, which they weren't. They had some special filters put in. That doesn't work. It can reduce transmission, but it doesn't kill the virus. And they were touting that at this mega church in Phoenix. So this is in relation to that.
It seems like the wearing of masks has kind of become a political statement, or I guess the decision not to wear a mask. Are you concerned about that? And is there a message that you would like to send to people about the importance of wearing masks?
Well, we think that the first principle is that people ought to listen to their state and local authorities.
It really does sound, though, like you're saying do as we say, not as we do. You're telling people to listen to local officials, but in Tulsa you defied local health officials to have an event that, even though you say it didn't result in a spike, dozens of Secret Service agents, dozens of campaign staffers are now quarantined after positive tests. And then in Arizona, one of the hardest hit states, you packed a church with young people who weren't wearing masks. So how can you say that the campaign is not part of the problem that Dr. Fauci laid out?
Well,
listen to this.
I want to remind you again that the freedom of speech and the right to peaceably assemble is enshrined in the Constitution of the United States.
How'd you like that dodge? That's not how any of this works. So yeah, we talked about the Tulsa one, and then recently they had the Phoenix rally where nobody was told to wear masks. They touted this special filtration that they installed, which there is no such thing. I've gone through, and on my Twitter I talk about that extensively. I can see if I can pull that up. Golly. Hello, Oran Z. Pence, the only reasonable man left in America. Are you certain, Ozan Z? Yes, there is a right to peacefully assemble, but there is not a right to peacefully assemble and kill other people with your virus, with your COVID juice. That's not covered by the Constitution. We also can't peacefully assembling. We've had some of that, where we've had protests where people were wearing masks and stuff like that. That's different, and I actually talked about that last weekend. Hey, Penultima, how are you doing? Yeah, most millipore filters don't work on nanometers, big stuff like viruses. Yeah, they don't do that. Oh gosh. Hey, Pip Boykin, how are you doing? Oh gosh. So having to deal with a lot of this. Oh my goodness. It's frightening. And really, truly, the only thing that I can think of is that the sense of entitlement is so incredible that people just want the ability to hurt others. Speaking of which, there are so many videos of people getting angry. Let's see. So masks don't cause CO2 poisoning. They don't cause any of that. All right, so let's see. I have so many tabs open. All right. I have so many tabs open. See, I get it. Okay. So you could just go and Google. And this was something that I was like, let me see, what can I find? You can go and Google angry woman refuses to wear mask. About 1,130,000 results. Alabama woman body slammed in Walmart for not wearing a mask. Elderly woman refuses to wear a mask. Woman confronts supermarket employees over masks. And it's not just women. It's men, too. Angry men. Maskless man screams and charges at customers. Orlando Walmart man refuses to wear a mask. Costco customer kicked out. So people are getting violent. Now, I saw this video from a while ago. They were wearing a mask, and these particular individuals were profiled. These black men were profiled and followed around and told to leave because they were wearing masks. That was back in April. So it's just, people are getting violent and angry over having to wear a mask. It's crazy. Reality has a well-known liberal bias, says Stephen Colbert. Thank you for that, Nether. Oh, goodness. Oh, gosh. I'm drinking iced coffee. This is good. Just glad our COVID situation is way less severe, Pentultima. I'm jealous of the way less severe ones. Close some of those tabs. It helps with memory usage. Yes. I pull them up and I keep them up for a bit. But still. Let's see. There was not that one. So we watched that one. All right. Something important. Okay. There was a thing that was going around about in David's shower on Facebook. He claims to be an attorney, and he was talking about this fake health card that people were using to try to keep from wearing a mask. And so let's have a look at this. So here we got this. So there is this face mask exempt card. I am exempt from any ordinance requiring face mask usage in public. And they quote the Department of Justice ADA, American Disabilities Act, or ADA violation. It's not a violation of the American Disabilities Act. And they come up with this ftbagency.com. It's completely made up. And so David Shower, that may not be how to say his name. I'm sorry, David. Attention business owners. As an attorney, I will say this. If a customer presents you with this card, you are completely within your rights to ignore it. To begin with, the ADA does not apply to face masks. Secondly, this is not a real organization. FTBA stands for Freedom to Breathe Association, but it should actually stand for Effin' Trumper BS Artists. The ADA says that a reasonable accommodation should be made. A mask is the reasonable accommodation. The ADA requires a reasonable accommodation if a person is handicapped. In that, almost every grocery store and every department store now has curbside pickup. That more than constitutes a reasonable accommodation for people who don't want to wear a mask in the grocery store. A reasonable accommodation is not getting away without wearing a mask. Well, the ADA has made a statement on this. It's a fraudulent, and they're aware of it, fraudulent face mask flyers. And those little cards, they were not issued by the department, and they're not endorsed by the department. So, you can't be doing all that. Do not rely on the information contained in those postings. You can visit the ada.gov and see that for yourself. And you can also call them and get information. So if you're a business owner and you're concerned, is this a thing? It's not a thing and it's fake. Call the ADA and ask them directly. It's the Civil Rights Division of that, and say, what is going on here? For real. For realsies. Get on the level with them. So keep that in mind, guys. That's something you don't, that's not a thing. I'm just saying. Alrighty. Something else to kind of keep in mind. People are like, well, I may not get the COVID. I may not get the Rona. And, I don't need to wear a mask. I found this. and I put this on my Twitters. Here is what the process of intubation is like. And I like to find people kind of going through, and it gives me hope to see individuals posting stuff like this. And so this is really kind of cool. This is the process of ventilation. If you think wearing a mask is uncomfortable, check this out. So it's not an oxygen mask that's put over your face. Okay, that's not what it is. It's not like a CPAP machine. It's not an oxygen mask. They intubate you. They insert a giant tube into your throats, and they force oxygen into your lungs. This has to be done under anesthesia for 2 to 3 weeks without moving, and often you're upside down with a tube in your mouth through your trachea, and it's trying to force you to breathe with the rhythm of the lung machine. You can't eat. You can't do anything naturally. Okay? The machine keeps you alive. The discomfort from this means medical experts have to give you drugs and painkillers to make certain you can tolerate that tube. It's kind of like being in an artificial coma, but you're awake the whole time, guys. You're awake the whole time with this tube down your throat. About 20 days for this treatment. Young patient loses 40% of their muscle mass, so almost half of their muscle mass goes away. You get trauma in your vocal cords, and you could have lung and heart problems. Weak people, already weak people, can't withstand that treatment, and they often die. This is not the flu. This is what it looks like. They add a tube into your stomach to help you eat. You either breathe through your nose, or your skin for liquid food. So you either put it in your stomach, and it's either go straight through your stomach. They might even do that, or through your nose. They put a sticky bag on your butt to get your diarrhea. They collect it there. That sounds awesome. A Foley catheter. So they insert a catheter into your urethra because you can't pee regularly. So you're catheterized, you got a bag on your butthole, and you have a tube down your throat to help you breathe, and you don't get to eat right. So they either like poke a hole in your stomach and feed you that way, or they stick it through your nose. You want to try that out? Here's a blow up of that picture. There you go. You think wearing a mask is uncomfortable. And given that a lot of people tend to spend weeks in the hospital on ventilators for COVID-19, in all ages, lots of different people, even with people with no pre-existing conditions. You want to take that risk, folks. Does that look like fun? That's not my idea of a vacation at all. Not even a little bit. Don't want to do that. Hello, Vendalia 1998. How are you? All right, let me catch up on the chat. I got a game for us today, guys. Got a game for us. Oh, the worst is people angry at mask coughing on others so they know. Yeah, I've seriously thought about, because once I start working with the public again in August, I've thought about just bringing a mace thing with me. If somebody does that to me, I'm going to spray them in the face, because that's an assault on my person. I really would like to just spray people in the face. You're going to get a face full of mace if you don't socially distance, and if you come in, like, start coughing on me, I'm going to spray you in the face. And then I'm going to run to the bathroom, tear off my mask, throw it in the trash, and wash my face profusely and try to hold my breath the whole time. Oh, yeah, it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess, man. Yeah, people prefer to break the law with a fake document. That's right, Obergfell on Periscope. Scientist Mel's underwear lady. Let me see if I can pull that up. Thank you, gonna go for it. Let's check out the underwear lady. Okay. Here, let's check out the underwear lady. Thanks for that.
I don't wear a mask for the same reason I...
Okay. I have to find the underwear lady because this. Thank you for that, Peter. Here we go.
I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear. Things gotta breathe.
Thank you for your comments, ma'am.
And they want to throw God's wonderful breathing system out the door.
This, by the way.
You're all turning your backs on it.
In the beginning, God formed man out of the earth and breathed his breath in him, and he became a living soul.
No.
Where do you derive the authority to regulate human breathing?
We use ventilators
what you
to
say
regulate
is the
human breathing,
political dogma that they're trying to shove down our throats on every.
She's using all of the things that ventilators do, guys. Shove a tube down your throat and regulate your breathing for you. I guess ventilators are evil as well.
Every commercial in every store, and it's disgusting.
Every single one of you that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. And you...
That's not fair to blame the devil for this, okay? Don't blame the devil. That's false blame there.
Doctor are going to be arrested for crimes against humanity.
Let me ask you all, do you believe you're God? Do you believe you can override God's divine plan for our lives?
Oh, okay. So she thinks God's divine plan is to kill everybody.
You're removing our freedoms and stomping on our constitutional rights by these communist...
No, by these communist dictatorship orders. So it's...
Communist dictatorship orders or laws you want to mandate.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what I deal with on a regular basis on the internet, and I try my best to help people like this, but at some point I've learned you just can't. There's people who are beyond help, and this is why we have a government, to make certain that the people that are beyond help don't hurt everybody else. And if they don't like that, too bad. I'm sorry, I don't want to die. Oh, excuse me. I almost sounded like I was about to cry there. It's like I got some spit in my throat. I don't want to die. I don't want to die because somebody else is being willfully ignorant. That is not okay. Hello, Dat Hi Guy. How are you doing? Yay. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, goodness. Oh, boy. Let's see. Oh, boy. I'm catching up. Hey, Greg Hartwick. How you doing? The flu looks nothing like that picture, right? I'm catching up. Javier Hara, how you doing? Can you find the guys who didn't believe in COVID, got it, and survived, and now said they totally different ideas? Can I find the guys who didn't believe in COVID? Well, that's a lot of people. And when they get it, then they go through and they're like, no, it's a real thing. What's Mel schooling is? First time watcher. Okay, fair enough. I have an undergrad in biology. I also have one in biochemistry. I have a master's of arts in teaching in secondary science education, and I also have a master's of science in analytical chemistry. I have a publication on a breast cancer test I helped to engineer. I've done educational research, linking content mastery to content interest, as well as research on the Tree of Life project, mapping the genome of the ladybug, as well as finding where it is that certain beetles fall on the evolutionary Tree of Life. There you go. Hope that helps. I currently work aspiring chemistry professor. So, alrighty. My lover was in an induced coma for almost a month when his lungs filled up with fluid. It was horrible. I'm so sorry, Heavy Holler. That's so upsetting. Man, gosh, it's insane. I worry about people. Oh, thank you, Nether. Let's see. Oh gosh, I'm trying to catch up on the chat. She probably is anti-ventilator too. Vandalia, thank you for $1.99 super chat. So we got the sheep. Tired of being called a sheep for wearing a mask. No kidding. I find it interesting that the people that are afraid of masks are also afraid of LGBTQIA people, brown people, black people. They're also afraid of 5G. They're afraid of vaccines. They're afraid of a lot of things, but they call us sheep and snowflakes. That's weird. All right. Yay, Christina's back. Mel's smart. I hope so. I hope I am. Two Master, sorry for underselling you. Oh, goodness. It's all right. I might get a cam girl for science. Yeah. Thank you, awful mean person on the internet who a lot of the stuff that I do, I take and I repurpose when people say ugly things about me. I'm just like, okay, somebody said I was a sex worker at one time and I wasn't. And, you know, I have no hate on sex workers. But that was their attempt to try to discredit me. And discredit, you know, my requests for citations. They said she was a cam girl. And she was actually helping my online stalker harass me. And people told her that and she kept going. So that's the kind of person, that individualism. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm a cam girl for science. You know, here we go. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, fun times. People are ridiculous. You see, that was in 94. I can relate to what it's like for people seeing loved ones on one from Heavy Holler. Okay. Well, still, it's a hard thing to deal with. And that's really, it's an upsetting and, you know, it's quite a thing to have to go through. So, all right. I have some other things I was gonna look for. Okay. I think I got everything out that I wanted to talk about. Although I did think this was pretty funny. COVID-19 endorses Donald J. Trump for president. Provided a sanctuary country for COVID-19. Created new hotspots by encouraging large gatherings. And helped COVID-19 population grow by limiting testing and calling it a hoax. But you had to sign a waiver to go to his rally, which I found was pretty interesting. But yeah, there you go. Oh boy. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. That's awesome. So let's shift it a bit. I do have a game we're gonna play. It's our little Wheel of Fortune style game where you can get points. My website has been down for 2 days, and I've been emailing them about it. I'm gonna get full Karen. I will get full Karen about my science website. I will speak to the manager and demand it over and over again, like until. But you know, honestly, the last time I did speak to the manager on InMotion Hosting, who hosts my site, he was actually very nice, and we told lots of jokes. And I sent him like COVID-19 videos, and we learned. It was a learning experience while we tried to work through all of the troubles associated with my website. So you know, manager is actually very lovely. So you know, it was a good experience with InMotion. I'm just really disappointed right now that they haven't responded to my emails. Anyway, but we will be playing a game. We'll be playing a game, and it's like Wheel of Fortune where you earn points, and then it's Streamlabs points to where you can win a mug, a t-shirt, and I got a limited edition postcard with original artwork and a message from me, and I'll send it to you. I am going to I'm working on a fundraiser on my website for civil rights organizations where everybody can enter for free to win a swag bag. I'm collecting more YouTube content creators and getting their stuff together. The swag bag, most of it is like a coffee mug, a t-shirt, and a sticker. And it has various different YouTube people, and you can pick which swag bag you wanna try to win. But if you like donate money, And you can pick where your money goes to, which donations. All proceeds, all of the money that you donate goes to the organization. I'm not taking anything out for the cost of the swag bag. I'm going to eat that cost. But now my website's down, but once it's back up, I'll have that there. Hannibal and Monty are going to have their own separate swag bags. Team Hannibal, Team Monty, they're involved. I got Shannon Q's involved. Godless Engineers involved. Godless Craniums involved. I have my own swag bag. You'll get a bag, you'll get a coffee mug and a t-shirt, and you can pick which design you want. It's not an exclusive design. The Geek Room is involved. So all of these different creators, and I'm eating that cost. I'm not even making them eat the cost. That's my donation, is to print the merch. And they'll be promoting it on their various channels. So if you donate $5, you get 10 entries, and you can pick which entries you want those to go to, which swag bag you want. And you get to pick which organization that money goes to. And I have a list of vetted organizations. If you want to send it to the National Civil Rights Museum, that's who will get your donation. If you want to send it to Black Lives Matter or the Trevor Project or any other civil rights organizations, that's where the money will go. So I'm still building that, and my website has been down for 2 days, so that's not been fun. But there you go. So that's a little bit there. Kind of throw that out there. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Christina. Gonna go for it. Mel, after seeing Underwear Lady, you think Trump would take it? She's up for grabs. Ah! He just, all right. Let's look at some actual positivity, some of the latest in science news. The latest in science news. This is the National Science Foundation. They provide funding for different projects. So yeah. Let's have a look at this. Let's see. So you can go to National Science Foundation and have access to the same things that I have access to. And they fund all kinds of different research. Scientists develop numerical capability of laser-driven X-ray imaging. There's a LIGO Virgo finds mystery object in gap between neutron stars and black holes. 300 million year old fish resembles a sturgeon but took a different evolutionary path. Light activated CRISPR enables fast, precise gene editing and detection of DNA repair. That's awesome. Adhesive film turns smartwatch into biochemical health monitoring system. That almost sounds a bit like pseudoscience, doesn't it? I'm curious. So, and this is updated nearly every day. We got June 24th, June 23rd. You can go through. So if you need a break from all of that other stuff that's going on, have a look at the National Science Foundation. They do have an app as well with all kinds of neat images as well as research news you can download on your phone. But all of this, and it's not just exclusively one type of science. They put them all here. 3D printable material that mimics biological tissues. That'd be great for transplants, right? So do check that out. We're running low on time, and I want to get to our game. But there you go. The National Science Foundation. All right, you guys ready for a bit of science trivia? We're going to play our little Wheel of Fortune game. It's kind of like Wheel of Fortune. What is it, the Science Wheel of Fortune? Woohoo! Ah, wrong thing. All right, the Science Wheel of Fortune. Let's have a look at this. If this will load. Let me close. Anti-mask. We already talked about that. All right. Woohoo. We have got... Can I turn? I don't know if that turns it off or not. I wish it would, because sometimes that's really loud. So we have 5 rounds. If you want, normally I hop over on the Discord and I pull people up into that. Anybody want to hop over in Discord and play along with me? Oh, have a good day, Obergfell. They have to leave for now. In my ears. I know. Though it's so loud. Speak up. That was so loud. I had to turn it down, and it's my ears too. All right, in Discord, yeah. Let me pull that up over here. I'll hop into the Discord voice chat if you guys are keen. Hop over into the voice chat and you can play. Now keep in mind there's a delay between the historical resistance is the category. Hey Authentic Max, just in time. So there's a delay between the broadcast and our Discord chat. So keep that in mind when you do that. So I see your picture there. So hop into the voice chat. If you want, I am there and you'll be able to talk with me while we have a discussion and we play our game. All right, so here's how we play. This is our category is historical resistance. So what we do is we have to spin, and it's just us. We're one team together, and we're gonna spin, and we've got to pick a letter. So if you're playing in the side chat, throw a letter out at me, and we'll put all these points in people's Streamlabs at the end. So guess a letter. We got anybody who wants to guess a letter? Anybody who has? You gotta throw a letter out at me. A. Well, we have to buy an A. You remember, it's like Wheel of Fortune. H. Nether always starts with H. You always start with H. Okay. No H's. Dinah Cat Loves Me says G. We'll give that a go. Mr. Shadow Kitty says D, and the Sinister Porpoise says T. All right, so let's see. G. There is one G. Good job. There, good job. All right. So historical resistance, and it's related to masks. Okay, mask myths and all that. All right. Mr. Shadow Kitty says the letter D. So no D. Boo. All right, it's all right. We got 200 points so far, guys. 200 points. It's all right. Sinister Porpoise says T. Let's see what we got. We got one T. Woo! Good job. All right. Hocus Focus says L. There is one L. Remember, we have to buy vowels. Do we want to build up some more points first before we buy vowels? Let's see. Okay, so we already got an L. B and or You are wrong, Tatted Jedi. You get a You are wrong for that. Did you mean Boris Johnson? He's the Prime Minister of England, right? Tatted Jedi is a Boris Johnson fan. Vandalia says R. Like a pirate. No R. Gosh. All right, what do you guys think? We have any idea? N. Dinah Cat Loves Me says the letter N. 300 points. All right, letter N. There is one N. Score. Anybody have any idea yet? The pen is mightier, almost. I think we are doomed. It's okay. Anybody remember? Amiga Nut says M, as in Barry Manilow, right? And Michael Westby says S. I think he said S before the M, so we'll do that one. All right. There is one S. Do you guys remember? Now, keep in mind, all of these things in this quiz thingy we talked about in the show, and it has to do with mask myths. And this is historical resistance. Remember we talked about a group? I'm terrible. I'm not a good game show host. All right, Amiga Nuts says the letter M. There is one M. Sigma, that's a good letter. Sinister Porpoise. We're doing English. Authentic Max keeps throwing out vowels at me. Oh, gosh. Anti-Mask League. That's what Sinister Porpoise says. Well, we already did H. We'll try K. Let's try that hypothesis. Is it anti-mask league? All right. All right, so let's solve the puzzle. That's correct. Anti-mask league. Score. High five. Good job. Turn off the sound. God, is that... Why can't I turn off the sound there? It won't let me click that button. All right, so the category is odd breathing comparison. We saw a video today of somebody who had an odd breathing comparison. Yay. All right. Oh, yeah. Nina the science doggo. She's here to give us moral support. She's a really good moral support science doggo. She's thinking very deep science thoughts. Alrighty. Let's see, W or P. All right, so since we got to spin first, I guess. I'm not a good game show host. I give too many clues on the answer. Yep. That's right. So they said W. Alrighty. It's not a W. This one might be harder. Discord link in the description doesn't work. I am sorry. Let me get a new one then. Invite people. Okay. Let me see. How about let me see if I can do this. I'll put it in. Here's another one. Here we go. I will put a new link in the YouTube side chat. There you go. That should work. Okay. So W isn't going to work. We're going to try P now. So let's spin. All right. Is there a P? No P. Boo. Michael West P says T. Let's see. All right. We'll try the letter T now. Authentic Max gave me a consonant. Awesome. Got letter N. Let's see. It's all right. We're going to have fun. This is the Palm Beach thing, right? Yes. The Palm Beach thing. But it's... Yes, you didn't derail, Michael. Everything's cool. There are 2 N's. Good job. Good job. 2 N's. All right. I need a blocked by a certain party face mask. Yep. Okay. I'll lose a turn. Boo. It's just one team anyway, so it's fine. Alrighty. Let's see. We gonna spin? Is that an L? Is that an L? No. Or an I? No L. Anyone with nuts in their name, YouTube will hold their comments. We have to buy vowels. All right. We have to buy vowels. Do we want points? G. Christina says G. I don't want Amiga Nuts comments held. I gotta fix that, I guess, on YouTube. I'm sorry. There are 2 G's. Wheel of Fortune is mostly statistic. Yeah? What do you guys think? Guess a letter. What do you guys think? S. I said S. All right. No S. I know what the answer is, guys. I wrote it. Like right before I went live. R. Like a pirate. Okay. Well, what do we think? What do we think that first word is? All right. What do we think the first word is? Go. Nether says going commando. Shall we try in his hypothesis? Let's see. We'll try his hypothesis. We'll try the letter M. Let's see if M is up here. We'll see if that's correct. There are 2 M's, guys. There are 2 M's. Grung. Do we want to solve? I think we should probably solve. We got 2600. Yep, it was right. It's going commando. Doesn't breathe the same, guys. Not caused by wearing masks. We have, this is the third, and we got 2 more after this. So let's see. Not caused by wearing masks, right? Let them breathe. Oh my goodness. If you have air going into and out of that area, ladies, you need to go to the doctor. Okay? I'm just saying. Might be a thing. People are already saying hypoxia. Well, let's try that out. Let's try the letter X, right? There is an X. We want to build up them points, though, right? We want to build up them points. And Dahlia 1998 says D. Well, what do you guys think? Well, there's an X in there. Some people are thinking it's hypoxia. Let's try. Okay, we'll try P. And we'll try an H. We'll see. There is one P. H. I was going to say death, but too many letters. Fair enough. Yeah. All right, the letter H. There is one H. Awesome. All right. I guess we can just solve it then, huh? Is Y, well, we can try letter Y, I guess, right? Is Y allowed? I don't know if it's considered a consonant or a vowel in this game. All right. There is one Y. Hypoxia. You guys are right. Why not? It is hypoxia, right? Yeah. All right. We got 4 and 5. These are the last two. So this is the one before the last. This is false blame for health laws. Who were they blaming in those videos for these health laws? You love this? Yay! This is fun. I do like making these. These are so much fun. I enjoy this. All right. So, all right. Let's spin and we'll see what we can do. False blame for health laws. Who are they blaming? Antifa. The left. All right. Well, it's something we learned today. Remember, these games have to do with what we talked about today. Did we say the left? All right, we'll try T. We'll try T since there's one T. There's one T. All right, so we got one T. All right. I'm so excited and I already know the answer. All right, somebody said S. We got Christina said S. No S. Boo. Man, this mean. This mean game. Why some of my comments double? I don't know. Mr. Shadow Kitty says to go with H. And Sinister Porpoise says H. Michael West P says V. So let's try H first, I guess. And then we'll try V. There's one H. Awesome. Well, we know it's not Thor. All right, next is V. Michael said V. For vendetta, right? There is one V. Awesome. LGBTQ. Well, there's a V in here now. We're learning. Deductive reasoning. Yes, dat high guy. The same thing with the herd mentality as far as vaccines. Exact same thing. We did talk about that earlier. So, good question though. Let's see. Alrighty. What letter? Oh, I already spun. Letter D. The letter D. There it is. There's one D. Score. Alrighty. I guess we'll spin one more time, you know. Alright. What letter do you guys want to go with? And there goes monetization. I don't even worry about that anymore. I get false copyright claims all the time. I just quit trying to check it, you know. All right, L. Yep. All right, you guys what do you think? We want to keep going? Satan. Could it be Satan? What do you guys think? You want to solve it? Do you know the answer? Nina knows the answer. Santa. Is Santa being falsely blamed? We're saying the devil. That's right. The devil. The devil's laws, guys. These are devil's laws. I think this is the last one. The devil. You remember that that one lady who wanted to do citizen's arrest? These are the devil's laws, and the 5G towers are going to get us. And, you know. Woohoo! An act of compassion. All right, an act of compassion. What do we think this is? An act of compassion. We're doing good. Santa is a cool guy too. I like Santa. 600 points. We're going to go with W. All right. W from the Sinister Porpoise. Yes, there is one W. Yay. Alrighty. Spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel. What do we think next? R. The pirate letter. Sinister Porpoise says R. Mr. Shadow Kitty says M. Vandalia says wear a mask. You guys think that's an act of compassion? I think so. That might fit. Ah, lose a turn. It's just us though. We get to go again. Let's see if we can get more points for everybody. Awesome. No! Ah. Well, if we do that like 3 more times, then we become Donald Trump, you know? Let's not bankrupt over and over and over again, right? A letter M. Awesome. Let's give that a go. Guess a letter M. Yay! I think we need to try to get some points back, you know? All right, so people are saying wear a mask. So let's try S and K. Isn't that a store in the U.S. too? S and K. Then that used to be. I don't remember anymore. Okay, we got a K. Wear a mini. A mini or a mink. That is not an act of compassion. Wear a mini. A mini what? A mini skirt. Okay. S. There is one S. I think we can solve it. Wear a mask, guys. Frickin' wear a mask. It's okay. 9,000 points. I'm going to write that all down. So, if you're in the side chat, put a hey or, you know, say hi so I can write you down and update your Streamlabs. 9,000 points. All right, so we got okay, so we've got Michael Westby. I'm writing down people's names so I can update Streamlabs. Michael Westby, Christina Rain. And we've got Jericho D, that high guy. And we got Sinister Porpoise. See, I have a book of things and I write stuff down. We got Dinah Cat Loves Me. So I will update. Vandalia. 1998. Gonna go for it. And that's, we got Tony Designs. Okay. Okay. Nether 6. Mr. Shadow Kitty. And we got Javier Hara. Alrighty. Here we go. I think that's everyone. Christina Rain. I got everybody down. Sweet. All right. So, 9,000 points. I'm going to update Streamlabs. And don't forget, you are playing for a mug, like a Scientist Mel mug. You also will get a t-shirt. You can pick what t-shirt you want, but this one is available. Designed by Peter Gonna Go For It, myself, and the Geek Room, McBoomer's Rejects. Can only win these. And you also get a limited edition postcard with a special, I gotta find it. I have a whole stack of them with a special message from me. So, and I mail it to your house. So there you go. And that's been our trivia segment. Yay. Jericho D, $2. Wear a mask, people. Thank you for that super chat. All right. So if you want to play this game, I will put this in the side chat if you want to play it again with friends and family. Here you go. There's the link to that. And I'll also put the links to my games on Discord. You can have a look there. Alrighty. Can we get a signed pic of Nina? Sure. I'll see if I can get one. If I win it, I will once again donate to charity. Yes. So Tony designs his t-shirt. That spawned the idea of doing a swag bag charity event for different civil rights organizations. So there you go. Alrighty. So I guess I'm gonna kind of round this up. My store is down right now. My store is down because of InMotion hosting. Hopefully it'll be fixed. My site is down, but you can check out, I have articles, I have resources, lots of information there for different topics. Jackson Wheat has his own evolution corner thing on there where he writes, and access to all kinds of different games. Alrighty, but I guess we can read a little Mr. Rogers and we're going to sign off. All right, let's see. This is from The World According to Mr. Rogers. All right. And I do, by the way, I do have Pride merch, and all of the proceeds are donated to the Trevor Project. Pride 2020. All the proceeds are donated to that. Let's see. Alrighty. So here's one. All right. So since we've been talking about compassion, in times of stress, the best thing we can do for each other is to listen with our ears and our hearts, and to be assured that our questions are just as important as our answers. You know? So in times of stress, the best thing we can do for each other is to listen with our ears and our hearts. Compassion, guys. And to be assured that our questions are just as important as our answers. The World According to Mr. Rogers. I love him. I have a pop figure. Tatted Jedi gave me that. All right, so. Awesome. Wear a mask. I'm catching up. So I guess I will see you guys next Saturday, 10 a.m. Central. I'm live here. We have games. We have a lot of fun. And we spend a lot of time learning, so it's great. So I guess I'll end it this way. Put your thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll just say, you always make each day special for me. You know how? By just your being you. I will see you next Saturday, guys. Sending squishy science hugs. See you later. Bye.